And in the days of film, you know, people would do weird things in the printing, you know, toning it and bleaching it and doing this and that. But I mean, this is very straight photography, you know. I mean, it's interesting for me seeing the film and also going with Geraldine to the archive and seeing those collages that Fay did and painting on the prints and all of that. I found that really fascinating because I didn't know that side of her work at all. And that was right at the end. I mean, the last time I saw her, she was in hospital. But she was talking about doing those collages and scanning and things like that. And I found that very interesting, and I had no idea she was going to die the next week. You know, I just thought she's going to battle on, and she's going to be here another 3 years, and you know, all of that. You know.
It would be great to see an exhibition of that work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but she was always thinking of new ways of doing things, and I didn't know she'd been putting old shoes on a scanner and bringing in string and stuff like that. Absolutely no idea. And I thought, oh dear, you know, what's she talking about? But when you see her in the film, it kind of really makes sense, you know. I think Bill Brandt did things like that towards the end of his life. He started doing kind of interesting collages and sculptural things and so on.
The shapes.
Yeah, yeah. But some of these, I mean, this one, when I first came in just now, I was thinking, oh, have I printed it too dark? But I think it's sort of evening light or something, and you know.
How permanent are these? Do they change with age?
Well, they're archivally processed. You know, I'm using the standard sort of accepted, you know, 2 fixing baths and washing it for the correct length of time and using a hypoclearing agent and selenium toning and air drying it and all of that. So it's quite a performance, really. I mean, I think when I was doing these, I was doing about 4 images in a day. And then, you know, if you wash it for the correct time and, you know, you do the toning and everything, it's quite a full day.
You said it was quite physical, so you're
Yeah.
going around different...
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Fay was quite fragile physically. I mean, if you worked with her and knew her, she talked a lot about her illnesses. As Paul was saying, you know, you had half an hour of all of the things that were wrong, you know, and then after that, everything was normal. But, I mean, I can remember the very first time I stayed in her cottage down at Pett Level, in about 1983. We got down there and we had something to eat. And she said, oh, do you want to go for a walk along the sea wall? And I said, yes, okay. And she's always talking about her knee and this and that. And I thought, you know, are you sure you're up for this, you know? And I couldn't keep up with her. She just belted off into the distance with her dog. And I thought, blimey, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. No, but she was, yeah, no, she was like that. She was sort of full of contradictions, and I think that's why people like her so much, because of that. She's very human. And I don't want to sort of say that, you know, that negative exposure wasn't right and all of this, but I mean, on a technical level, some of the negatives are easier to print than others, but, you know, generally they're